everybody. I think this is some new IMHO music. It's getting me hype right now. Or I just chugged my coffee. I don't really know.
I was about to premiere.
I'm Kelcey. That's John Roser.
What up?
We are both on something today, ready to talk about some of our opinions. Roser, there have been some really good post-game conferences as of late. The Pat Bev one where he was like, I'm the reason. You know what I mean? That one. There's been some really funny ones. So I think today's topic is going to have to be our top 3 all-time NBA favorite post-game media conferences. I have 3, but I also have a little runner-up, an honorable mention. But I'm nervous that my honorable mention is going to be one that you have.
Yeah, there are only 3 of these to me. I just went with the first 3 that came to my mind. I'm sure one of them will overlap.
Okay, give me 3, and then I'll give you my 3, and then we'll go 2-1, and our top 1 will be...
Wait, so am I giving you honorable mentions first?
Oh, do you have honorable mentions?
Sure, but one of them's NFL.
Well, you can't do that.
Well, I'm going to anyway.
Well, that's
it was Marshawn Lynch. I'm here so I won't get fined.
I'm only here so I won't get fined.
That's that one.
That's an all-time.
The other one is obviously Jason Williams telling Jeff Calkins in the locker room, "You ain't writing nothing, homeboy."
And stealing his pen.
Yeah, taking his pen from him. I mean, taking the reporter's pen is
iconic. Literally iconic.
Also, in the days of where reporters have to carry pens with them, you have to have the pen.
Nobody has a pen.
That shows you how long ago this was.
That would be like them taking your phone now.
Yeah, now you just record the conversation, or you're just typing as you hear it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so my honorable mention is also a Grizzlies one, and it's Take That for Data.
Yeah.
The David Fizdale.
Yeah, I mean, it's classic.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, total.
Okay, what's your number 3?
Oh, most people would have this number 1. I'm just going to put it number 3 to be different. Allen Iverson, practice. I mean, it just is.
We talking about practice?
Talking about practice. I mean, it is an all-timer. It still lives on to this day. Not a game. Not a game.
Not a game. Not
a game that I give my heart and soul to. Talking about practice.
Okay, so my number 3 is LeBron so calmly grabbing his briefcase, putting on his sunglasses, and walking out after a reporter continuously asks about what the hell just happened with J.R. Smith. That's my number 3. My number 2 is Allen Iverson's. We talking about practice.
Right. Okay. My number 2 goes back to, I believe it was the 2005 or 2006 NBA Finals. And let's just say the officiating came under scrutiny in that series because Dwayne Wade went to the free throw line about 97,000 times.
97,000.
Against the Dallas Mavericks. Mm-hmm. And Avery Johnson was asked about it afterwards. And, he asked the reporter back what his impression was of the officiating. And the guy did not. I think it was Eddie Sefko from the Dallas Morning News, I believe. And Avery Johnson said, we got people here from Israel, Minnesota, Chicago, Dallas, Germany, all over. And then Eddie Sefko continued to talk, and Avery Johnson said, don't stutter. Don't stutter. Yeah, absolute legendary blow-up from Avery Johnson. Loved it.
Wow. Okay, so my number 1 is the complete opposite of this, I think, and it's kind of cheating. So I apologize that my number 1 is against the rules for you, but you bent the rules with NFL, so it's very recent, and it kind of my number 1 is every time Giannis gets up there and does a dad joke.
I love it. I love it, Kelcey. I love it. The Giannis dad jokes are so good. They're so good.
They're so literally every time I
What
say
do you call a cow on the floor? Ground beef.
And then all the reporters oh my god,
good.
It's so relatable. He's so adorable.
I know.
That is my number 1.
Oh no, you're not going to get anything from me on that. Giannis is the absolute best. I'm going to go to another guy. My number 1. I have to have him number 1 because there's no doubt to me this guy always had the funniest moments.
Oh god.
Whenever I could go with the one after the game he did on a post-game interview in Toronto, when he said the refs try to take over the bleeping game, and John Ireland, the sideline reporter, goes, "Shaq, we're on live television," and he goes, "I don't give a." I mean, there's that one, but then there's one. I think this was also in the NBA Finals, and it was just like a media scrum. He's at the podium. I think this is when he was with the Miami Heat, and a reporter asked him, "Shaq, let's say a poisonous snake, bit your mom right here above her breast, would you suck the venom out to make sure she lived? And Shaq said, no, but I would with your wife, and then walked off the podium in absolute. Shaq is the absolute best in press conference moments. Also, you can't go wrong with Shaq.
Also, what question is that?
No, it's a great question because Shaq is probably the only player you can ask a question like that to.
Yeah.
And Shaq is very quick and gets you the response right back.
Do you remember, was it, I think last year when one of those late night hosts, I'm going to sound so dumb for people watching, but I don't watch those late night things. Someone went into the Nets thing and was like, why do they call you KD? Do you remember that?
No, but that's pretty funny.
That was funny.
That's pretty funny.
It was one of those like Letterman or like David Letterman.
David Letterman?
He went, it was with obviously Kevin Durant. They were like,
oh my gosh, why did they call you KD?
Anyway, that just like reminds me of like the only things you can ask certain players stuff.
Yeah.
Like, hilarious. I'll give you that one. Shaq's just funny, period. So.
Also, any awkward moment with Kyrie, we've had a bunch of those too.
All right, now we're going to end. Now we're going to end because Roser's crossing the line. I thought he crossed the line with the snake thing, but now he's crossing.
Oh, I didn't cross the line. That's fun.
No, you just love Kyrie.
I do love Kyrie. I love watching the guy play basketball. Everything else, but that's a different conversation for a different day.
It's not a conversation we're going to have.
Shaq. Go.
Shout out Shaq. Shout out Giannis. You're our number one.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys for more of our opinions next week.
Next.